Ready?
Ready.
All right. Hey guys, Rob Shoecraft here at 3 Storm Fitness, and I want to talk today about something that you've probably heard a million times, and are probably annoyed at hearing it. And I was too, even how long have I been standing while working? About 7 years or so. Standing desks. It's not just about standing desks, this video, but it's really about not sitting. And I'm not against sitting. Obviously, I sit. Well, maybe it's not obvious, but I sit all the time. But I'm against sitting all day long. I'm making this video because yesterday I was lifting, and during a warm-up set, it was kind of a heavier warm-up set. I think it was like 3 something, but of squats, my back just completely seized up. Not lower back like a lot of people experience during squats, but mid back, right around here. Completely seized up, and it was just kind of out of nowhere, but going into it, I felt really stiff, really just generally immobile, felt like crap, and I realized almost immediately after that I've been sitting down for pretty much the entire week. I've been working from home a lot more, not being nearly as active. I'm a personal trainer, and normally some days it's not uncommon for me to be on my feet running around for 8 hours at a time. So I'm not doing any of that. I've just been sitting with the stupid coronavirus crap, sitting at my desk. My network up here in my office wasn't working, so I've just been sitting at the dining room table, sitting at the table literally, and just working on crap on my laptop, and I'm just completely stiff. The whole reason I switched to a standing desk in the first place was because a chiropractor who I know, actually who's my chiropractor at the time, I went to him one time, and he gave me this valuable advice. I never went back. He said, he's like, well, you could do this, wake up in the morning and like breathe and do all this stuff, and make sure your ribs don't get separated. Well, whatever chiropractors say. I'm not digging on chiropractors, but it was a lot of stuff I wasn't going to do anything about. But he said, he kind of stopped. He's like, why don't you just switch to a standing desk? And of course, I thought he was full of it, because standing desks weren't quite cool at the time. They didn't have quite the same sort of sexiness that they have now. Very sexy right here. But he went and showed me that he uses one. I'm like, all right, well, if you can do one, if you can do it, I can do it. Anyways, I did it for a week. Most of my feet hurt a little bit. It took some adjusting there, I'll admit, but my back, my shoulders, I was having like a lot of pain in my, sharp pain in my, between my shoulder blades, lower back, hips, knees, everything. Just started feeling much better, and I really haven't looked back. But anyways, because I had the network issues up here, I couldn't work up here, so I was working at my desk, and therefore sitting all the time, and just feeling like crap. And it didn't dawn on me till later that, yeah, it's because I've been sitting all day. Now, I'm not against sitting. Now, I had this nice bed that just happens to be by my desk, so every now and then I'll take a break and just sit on the bed. I know not everybody has a bed or next to their desk, or I'll like play my guitar for a minute. This is a riff I've been working on. It's I think Weird Al's Just Eat It. I think Michael Jackson did a cover of that, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, this is a Varidesk Pro 36. I think I've done a review on it before. You don't have to have that. When I started with a standing desk, I just had a stack of books on top of my desk. And that was it. And a huge stack of books. Because I'm kind of tall. I had this is just a guitar stool.
Keyboard.
Oh, it was a keyboard stool.
Yes.
No.
You can use it for that too.
You can use it for putting your foot up here too, which is what I do. Because, okay, the thing about standing, it gets too much credit probably. It's not that you're just like magically sitting here standing, there's nothing magical about that, but it's not that you're just sitting here standing in a fixed static position and then all of a sudden you'll feel better. If you just stand like this the whole time and never move, you're going to have probably just as many problems, just in a different way, as sitting. The key is to stay moving. It's really not that. I mean, sitting, the position that you're in and holding that position, getting into this position. Even if you start here, I found that if I start in a nice, good sitting posture, I'll eventually, when I get into the work, just start melting in to this crap. No matter what, I always end up there, and that's where like a lot of the damage is done. But it's not just that you're in this stupid position; it's also that you're not moving at all. And when you're standing, like I said, if you're just locked out like this the whole time, it's not really going to do you that much good either. So I like to have this. This is something I got from Kelly Starrett's. Crap, what was his book called?
Supple Leopard?
No, not Supple Leopard. That's one of his books. It's the one about basically like an ergonomic working environment, essentially. I can't remember. Desk Bound. Great book. Anyways, it's like 500 pages on posture, if you're into that sort of thing. But he says just put a stool right here. So I'll just kind of like switch positions, right? I'll put like a knee up there, put a knee up here. Sometimes I'll put one up here. Sometimes, no, I'll just lower the desk. Because, sometimes I just want to sit. I'll sit for like 5 minutes. I'll work, stand back up. Boom. Sometimes I'll step off, do some jumping jacks, lay on the bed, play the guitar, whatever. Give yourself some breaks. But you keep moving, and just have like a little stool in place is a great way to just continue changing positions. Another reason, posture is my main concern, but for those of you, maybe carrying a little extra weight, I'm not going to say that standing up is going to make you, lose a bunch of weight if you're not doing everything else you need to be doing, eating right, building muscle, that sort of thing. But I read recently, in the past couple weeks, Stan Efferding, the power builder, super jacked, probably one of the strongest bodybuilders that's ever lived. Stan Efferding wrote a book, or a little PDF called The Vertical Diet. That's sort of his claim to fame right now. At least I think it's how he's making a lot of money. And in that vertical diet, he has a lot of cool little facts. And one of them is, if you he's talking about how doing cardio doesn't really help you lose weight. It can a little bit, but it's a very small piece of the puzzle as to how you burn calories. He was trying to make a point that what you do throughout the rest of the day, not just in the gym, but what you do throughout the rest of the day is really what makes the difference. And one of those things is standing. He says, you want to do cardio? Why don't you start with standing? I'm paraphrasing. Standing 3 hours a day. If you just stand 3 hours a day, it's the same caloric expenditure as running 10 marathons a year. So I'm not saying you're going to be in marathon shape if you get a standing desk, but you certainly do burn a lot more calories when you're on your feet, when you're moving around. So it's another reason to just kind of a little bonus. Again, I do it for the posture. I must have like I have a low tolerance for poor posture, for poor form. I guess it's a blessing in disguise. As soon as I let myself slip, like I said, it hadn't even been a week sitting down, working, but I was just completely wrecked yesterday. My wife, who's filming right now, Leslie, could tell you that I was quite pissed off when my back tweaked during those squats. And if I can avoid that by just standing up, which is better for me anyway, then I'm going to do that. So I highly recommend, I'll be one more person to tell you that sitting is the new smoking, or whatever crap you've been hearing. But honestly, there is some truth to that crap. Cliches do carry a lot of truth to them oftentimes. So if you're experiencing back pain or shoulder pain or hip pain or just general stiffness, try standing. And you're not standing up, and you work a desk job. Honestly, I know it sounds stupid. You're probably sick of hearing it, but try standing. It really does make a huge difference. Again, nothing wrong with taking a little break and sitting down every now and then. You can't just stand the entire time. You do need to give yourself a little break. Makes your back feel better, makes your feet feel better, etc. But please just start standing, okay? I say, how long are we?
9:54.
Oh man, that's a lot longer. I promised you a short video. All right, guys. Rob Shoecraft, 3 Store Fitness. Please subscribe to this channel. Let me know your sitting stories and adventures. I'd love to hear them, or standing stories. I want to hear your standing stories. Guys, I hope you're doing well, and yeah, have a great day.